All right, let's get started then, shall we?
Well, wait for official to be done.
I'm live over here, so you're good to go.
All right, well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and we're just about to get started with the opening ceremonies for tonight's game.
You're working tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night, that's girls soccer versus Rocky Hill, yeah.
Trade this up for dinner for you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Am I good to go? And so here we are back in the friendly confines of I don't need to say anything right now.
Jimmy, can you give me a test?
Test 1, 2, yep. We're good to go. Oh boy, what a start.
What's our field? Is it the white ones or the yellow?
It's actually, I believe it's the red. Actually, it is the blue. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Wethersfield High School for the following contest between visiting E.O. Smith and your Wethersfield Eagles. The following contest is being conducted under the direction of Assistant Principal and Athletic Director Mr. Mike Maltesi and Principal Mrs. Siobhan O'Connor. Sports medicine services are provided by Hartford Hospital Athletic Trainer Mr. Scott Applebaum. It is the hope of the high school administration, game officials, coaches, and players that the spectators will enjoy the contest in the spirit of good sportsmanship. Please note that the use of profanity and inappropriate behavior will not be tolerated at any student-centered events. We, the students, athletes, and staff of Wethersfield High School, are proud of our school and want to extend a warm welcome to our guests. Now it's time for tonight's starting lineups. First, for visiting E.O. Smith. Number 10, Allie Pearson. Number 2, Aubrey Matos. Number 3, Abby Goldhammer. Number 11, Bailey Spooner. Number 6, Jenna Boardman. Number 5, Liv Verboven. Number 17, Zoe Petras. Number 13, Maddie Dunstan. Number 9, Erin Dwyer. And number 1, Bella Hamley. Starting in goal, Emma Pierce. And now for your Wethersfield Eagles. Number 2, Caroline Provost. Number 6, Catherine Bello. Number 7, Logan Lisella. Number 9, Emily Messina. Number 10, Maddie Gove. Number 12, Molly Bowers. Number 16, Sadie Ruiz. Number 17, Sophia Nauer. Number 20, Maria Knock. And number 25, Bella Tomeno. Starting in goal, number 88, Julia Peacock. It is now, at this time, we ask that you please rise and remove your caps as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem. Is anyone else coming up to run clock, or is that? Okay. Well, if I'm running clock, is it stoppages just when they do this and goals?
Do you know how to do the clock?
Oh boy, I get to hand this off then.
Yeah, but you know, like, what which one is involved in, yeah. So basically, when we score, see how the score's there?
And so we welcome you in here at the friendly confines of Catone Field in Wethersfield High School here on Blue Eagle News. Live action of one of the only 2 games played at 6 o'clock this year for this field hockey program, and it should be an exciting one to watch as E.O. Smith comes to town. And we are ready to go. 15 minutes around the clock, first quarter of tonight's game. Starters for Wethersfield this evening, Caroline Provost, one of the captains, as well as Logan Lasella, another captain, with Emily Messina and Molly Bowers, the other 2 of 4 captains. The other starters involving Catherine Bello and Maddie Gove, as well as Sadie Ruiz, Sophia Nauer, Maria Knock, and Bella Tomeno, with starting wearing the double 8s, Julia Peacock, as we are set and ready to go from Wethersfield High School. Another exciting season is beginning, and the home campaign for field hockey is set to get underway. So the 6 p.m. game and awaiting start time. E.O. Smith in the black, white, and red. Eagles in the home white and blues. Silver lettering up on the front. As we get set, refs calling for readiness here. And we're underway as Sophia Nauer will take the ball off the draw. And we'll see how this Eagles team fares in their first home contest of the year in what should be a jam-packed season schedule, or at least a jam-packed week of action here on Blue Eagle News. Don't forget to tune in tomorrow night at 6 p.m. Girls soccer taking on Rocky Hill in the very beginning of the season. Catherine Bello gets control of the ball along the low part of the field. Now sent along, and E.O. Smith to quickly regain control, but Sadie Ruiz is now in position to take control of the ball and working it forward. And it's now on its way as E.O. Smith takes it back. Abby Goldhammer with the ball, wearing the number 3. Number 5, Liv Verboven, takes control as well. Starters for the Panthers of E.O. Smith, Allie Pearson. Then it's Aubrey Matos, then Abby Goldhammer, Bailey Spooner, Jenna Boardman, Liv Verboven. Then it's Zoe Petras, then Maddie Dunstan, Erin Dwyer, Bella Hamley, and starting in net is Emma Pierce. She'll be the netminder for this E.O. Smith team this afternoon, or well, this evening. So quickly, Sadie Ruiz tries to work the ball inside. Not quite going to get as far as she hoped, but Bello is there to pick up the rebound. This one sent back off towards Lasella. And still up in front, trying to get it out in front of the goal, and the girls in black take the ball away. And the Panthers on the run. And that one is flipped into the net for a goal. At 13:20. So at 13:20, we're going to have to find out who scored that one. So at 13:20, Eagles are going to take the goal. So as the Eagles score here, we're going to have to find out what number that was. So we'll credit the goal to Sadie Ruiz. Eagles goal, scored by number 16, Sadie Ruiz. Time of the goal, 13 minutes and 20 seconds. So as the Eagles will draw first blood in this evening's contest. And they're off to a good start here on the first game of the home season. And up comes Bello along the low side of the field. Now working it over. And up in front, looking at another opportunity. Ruiz maybe looking for her second of the evening. It's kicked back out towards Maddie Gove. Gove, a junior on this team. And E.O. Smith trying to work it out of their own zone. Had a little bit of a struggle to the start this evening, but nothing too out of the ordinary as it's a manageable lead still, or a manageable deficit for a comeback. Time has been stopped. And so the clock will be continuous as they sort something out along the timekeeping end of this evening's contest. Sent back over towards Molly Bowers, one of the four captains of this team, Catherine Bello, to get a piece of it. Bello right around the 10. Taken away by E.O. Smith, and that is number 8 on it for them. Or they don't have an 8. I must have read the back of that jersey wrong. It's back over towards Bowers, who's double teamed. Now up in front, looking for it again, off the post. As they hit the tin, and the ball goes out of bounds. So once again, welcoming you in to the start of the 2021-22 campaign here on Blue Eagle News. My name is Jimmy Clark, voice of the Eagles. So glad to join you inside the friendly confines of Catone Stadium, or Catone Field as it's called. And simply what a night for field hockey as this one's out in front, and they're going to say it goes off the knee, and that will draw an end to the scrimmage up in front of the goal. And what a great night. Not too hot, not too cold. Sun still overhead. Lights are on. And trying to still work for it back there was number 20, Maria Knock. This one is sent over towards Lisella. Lisella on the high sideline. Getting out in front. Looks like that's Knock. And Gove gets a piece of it. Gove sends it up to Bowers. Deflected just wide. And you're on a good start to today's game. Eagles up on top 1-0. Again, 6 p.m. girls soccer and Rocky Hill face off, and a potential game of the week for anyone voting. For anyone watching, we're going to need you to go out and vote on WFSB's poll for Friday night game of the week. Wethersfield versus Berlin is in the running, and that will be the first home football game in 2 years, not since the win against Newington in the Thanksgiving rivalry game. Has there been a football game played in Wethersfield for varsity high school action, and they will play again against Berlin opening week, or home opening week, coming to you this Friday. That'll be a 7 p.m. kickoff. It is preceded by a 3:45 girls soccer matchup, as they will take on Berlin as well. Bello sets it up, and this one goes on to Ruiz, who's tacked on the only goal of tonight's game. And a stoppage in play here as they'll send the ball the opposite direction. And the Black and Red Brigade takes the ball. It'll be Aaron Dwyer who sets it off. And beautiful stick handling by Ruiz to make the stop off the ankle. And I believe that should be Wethersfield ball. Over to pick it up, Caroline Provost, wearing the number 2 today. They'll be starting right around the 40-yard line. Possibly the 39. And so now it'll be up in front with another chance kick save by the netminder, Emma Pierce. Still out in front. Knock gets over to it along the high sideline. Here comes E.O. Smith. Back into the hands of Wethersfield with number 10, Maddie Gove, atop the ball. This one back over to Lisella. And Knock gets a piece of it again. Getting it back over towards Gove. Gove will wrestle it away from number 15 on the E.O. Smith team, that being Amelia Salazar. Started on the bench this evening, came into this game as a substitution. Number 6 sent to get it away, and Jenna Boardman. Taken away, back up to Ruiz. And trying a bit of a cross pass out in front to Bowers. Bowers with a chance at a goal. Now having to wrestle it away from each other as number 9 puts on the defensive brakes. That's Aaron Dwyer who makes the stop. With 7:51 to go here in this first quarter of action. Solid start to the game. Now it looks like the Eagles will gain a corner out of this. So off to the races they go. This one gets back out towards Tomeno. Stopped by E.O. Smith. Are they going to clear it? They will. Number 17, Zoe Petras will make the clear. Not for long as the Eagles run it back with Emily Messina to take control. Now back to Lasella. Lasella to Bowers. Bowers works it inside, up in front. It is between the pads. Is it in? It is just held out, and Ruiz so close at her second goal of the evening, but it is just kept out thanks to the efforts of Emma Pierce. And that E.O. Smith defensive unit with 6:57 left in the first quarter. 4 15-minute quarters at play for this game. Bowers takes control, leading that push, and Sadie Ruiz and out in front, trying it a one-timer, not going to get the chance as Lasella unable to make that connection on the pass. This will bounce off the corner flag and go out of play. And number 17, Zoe Petras, will go after it to rein it back in and put it back into the field of play. 6:20 to go here in the first quarter of action from Catone Field. Again, a lot more action to come to you this year as it's just the fall season. We'll be back bringing you basketball as well for the winter season. And number 17 being Petras. Sends it forward, but right into Maria Knock. Now back to Messina. Messina back to Knock. High sideline is where the ball being controlled. And E.O. Smith tries to bring it right back around and just cannot seem to get to it. 5:40 left. Looks like Tomeno will try to get out in front of this one. And this one is set over to Gove. Gove along the high sideline, tried to get it to Lasella, did not seem to work. And number 10 will get it, that's Allie Pearson. And it looks like she'll just get it over to Bella Tomeno so that she can put it back in play. Tomeno sends it in. Bello tracking it up to Ruiz. Ruiz has really been a charger on this offensive unit. And that one is sent up the field and out of bounds, out of play up the hill. And we're so excited to bring you some football on Friday night. The Friday night lights are back in the Nutmeg State. It'll be week 2. Berlin, coming off a 49-0 win over Middletown, will be Wethersfield's first test. As Wethersfield coming off a 20-0 win against Platt. A battle of the undefeateds will be taking place here at Catone Field as Ruiz gets a piece of it and sends it just wide of the net and over towards the football practice. So as that one goes just a bit outside of the net, just past 4:20 remaining in this quarter. And still in play. Back. Trying to get it up in front of the netminder. No dice. Number 12 working to get a piece of it there. That might have been 17. I'm not entirely sure. Number 9 will get the ball. That'll be Erin Dwyer. Once again, she'll set it back in motion. Tries to feed it up to Bailey Spooner. And this will run right over towards Caroline Provost, who will just kind of guard it out of bounds, and now she'll be set to put it back into play. 3.5 minutes to go in this first quarter. And coming off what I could guess you could say, well, I guess you could call it a real season, but as it's referred to the COVID Cup season of last year, and now getting a full pictured playoff event. We'll see a state tournament and the return of the state finals here to Catone Field, as this really is the home of high school field hockey in the state of Connecticut, home of that state finals, or all of the state finals matchups. And it's always a good day at Catone for those games for Class L, M, and S to play their championships. 2:45 to go first quarter. Bella Tomeno on the 25. Sets it away as number 25 sends it from the 25. Lacella has it along the high sideline to the 25. Tries to get it to the 20 off the back heel of a defender. Sets it along the 21. She'll pass it in towards Bowers. Won't get a handle on it, but Ruiz is there, hopefully to corral the ball back into friendly hands. Not quite, as E.O. Smith will take it back. Tomeno on the back line there to make the stop. Sends it along to Catherine Bello. Bello gets past the defenseman. Ruiz sets it towards the middle, and it's cleared. And Gove will miss on that one. Knock there to back her up. And so now moving along is, that was number 10 in Gove. Sending it along, I believe that was Bowers who had the opportunity, does not quite execute. Now sending it back towards Bello. Bello, Bowers, and Ruiz and Lacella have really been the main components of this unit so far tonight. Defensively being supported by Tomeno, as well as being supported by Provost and Knock. So a few standouts in just this first 15 minutes as we approach the minute 15 mark in the first quarter. Bowers gets control of it around the 35, sets it up to the 20, now over to Lacella. Lacella along the high side from the 10, down to the 5, tries to set it into motion. It's off a defender and out of bounds. And as that goes out of play, Sophia Nauer will take the ball. 1 minute remaining in the first quarter. And so as the first quarter comes to an end, taken away now. Eagles set it up into the zone, and it is just wide of the net, and the pass goes south, or I guess you could say goes north, down to the north end of the field. Of course, from the camera's perspective, it is the western half of the field, but I guess if you're a compass purist, that's really the north end. 20 seconds to go in this first quarter of action, and Provost sets it up. Number 5 is there to take it. 15 seconds now as time dwindling away. Whistle blows. And it looks like a timeout may have been called. So as a timeout's been called, we will be right back here with 7.2 seconds left in the first quarter. We'll be right back here on Blue Eagle News.
Or do you want to switch it right now?
What'd you say? That must have been the end.
So it was not a timeout, as we do know. The clock had been off by just a little bit, so now it is set for 15 minutes of the second quarter. Action coming up next here from Catone Field. At the end of the first quarter, the score is 1-0 Wethersfield. So as Wethersfield leads end of the first quarter, we see a little bit of a break in the action. And Wethersfield really rallying the whole team together along the sideline. And what a fun season this is going to set out to be. And so as the teams meet here to continue, I guess, or we wait for the game to continue. Eagles get set out of the huddle. E.O. Smith still setting up and getting those last-minute tweaks into the game plan. So they're going to tweak the game plan a little bit and see what adjustments they can make to bring this game really back into their favor. Gave up that first goal in the first quarter, and it was rather soon, but Sadie Ruiz pulling through with that very first goal of the game and the very first goal of the whole home campaign this evening. It's been a big component of so far. We'll see as the game carries on. We'll see what kinds of adjustments are made on both ends of the ball tonight. Ref getting set, and the Eagles are set to take the ball again. The Eagles are going to be set to take another draw. I believe that would be Nauer who is setting up. So it looks like one of the cameras may have died out there along the front, and now we are set and ready to go. And so number 7 is there.
I'm going to be yelling orders at you.
And so it appears we're getting a secondary camera operator on here, and
They're both dead.
so apparently we're having a battery issue, but 14:30 left, and Messina brings it back in. It'll go right on over. Knock will get it as E.O. Smith put it back into play. Bowers will get a piece of it and send it along the high sideline to what I believe is Lasella. Lasella brings it forward to Nauer, who's on the charge. Nauer with a touch and go over to Bowers. Knock will have to pick up the slack as the ball gets sent the other way. Now coming back over to number 7 in Lasella. Lasella out over to number 17 in Nauer, who is set up in the middle. Now back to Knock. Knock tries to set it in as she got it over to Bowers. Cleared back out.
You're getting better.
And so now Bowers trying to fight for it. So is Gove. Now Knock, that last line of defense in the front of the field, taken away by E.O. Smith, and who I believe is Allie Pearson along that high sideline. Whistle blown, ball will go the other way, and in will come a substitution for Wethersfield. It looks like Sophie Adams will be making an appearance in this game up next. Bella Tomeno on the back line, holding the defense, sending it along. This one gets over to Bello. Bello will work it forward, but it is stopped by some defensive play. Off comes Nauer, on comes Adams, as Gove sets it along up to Lasella. Lasella working the high sideline once again. Now cutting back down along that 15-yard line. Sending it back over towards number 10.
Why are you catching fast?
And Provost now. Set at the back towards the 40. Number 11 will take it away. That was Bailey Spooner who tried a turnover there. Just couldn't quite complete it as Tomeno was there to back the defense. Coming back up is Bello. What I could only describe as a poke check will take the ball away. Here comes Caroline Provost. She'll guard the ball out of bounds, and with 12:20 to go in the second quarter, we're almost halfway through this game. See Provost with a nice hit up the middle. Back over to Sophie Adams, who fights for it, loses the battle. But the defense might not lose the proverbial war, and they won't as they take it back. Lasella tries to get a piece of it, and she will. She'll pick it up at the 10, now to the 5, in towards the end zone, right along the out-of-bounds line. It does go out of bounds, and with 11:48 to go in this second quarter, score remains 1-0 Eagles as they lead E.O. Smith. And I did read up on this team thanks to the Rare Reminder back earlier, an old article they put out for the all Rare Reminder teams at the end of the season. Julia Peacock, starting netminder last season, had a 93% save percentage and had shut out opponents in last season. So coming off a good season, although a shortened one, coming off that good season she looks to build here in her senior year as number 11 will come forward grab the ball for Provost. And 2 subs are going to come in. Looks like that is going to be Bryn Lisella, number 3, and it should also be number 14 in Gabby Barassi. Whistle blows, ball goes the other way. And another one goes, and this time the ball will go the opposite way. Bryn Lisella now checking into the game for Logan Lisella, and Gabby Barassi awaits for Maddie Gove to come off the field. Meanwhile, Provost battling with Spooner. And Spooner will take it, but Bello is there. Bello will run it back over. Here comes the defensive unit as Tomeno gets it back. But here comes E.O. Smith again trying to charge back towards Bello. Now over towards E.O. Smith as number 6 racing down the field with it. That's Jenna Boardman. Boardman tries a push here. And here comes E.O. Smith building a little bit more momentum as they come down the field. The whistle blows. And this should be E.O. Smith ball. Looks like they're going to bring it down. This one along the 17-yard line. Number 5, Liv Verboven will take the ball. Verboven setting it up. And so now, and back over. Now towards number 13 in Sophie Adams. And a whistle blows as one of the players hits the ground. She'll get right back up. That's number 17 in Zoe Pietras. And so as 9:15 remains, E.O. Smith trying to keep it out of Eagle hands, but Emily Messina will have to play it off, and the game continues. Sophie Adams led on a pass with a huge lead, and she'll still keep it going. 1-on-2 going the other way, now turning into a 1-on-3, and as the momentum slows, Eagles have no one there to back them up. E.O. Smith will take the ball all the way back, and E.O. Smith looking to build on that momentum they had earlier on the charge. And number 10 had it last, and that was Allie Pearson. Now sending it back over, and the Eagles have control, setting it in. Eagles trying to build on this 1-0 lead that they've got. Number 9 trying to get control of the ball. Setting back. Now towards Adams, up in front to Ruiz, who just doesn't have enough time to pull the trigger on a scoring opportunity. High sideline, this one will draw a whistle. 7:55 to go in the second as we're nearly halfway through today's contest. And again, so glad you could join us on a beautiful Tuesday night in the Nutmeg State. Field hockey continues.
Take out the battery out of camera 1, shove it into camera 2, leave cam 3, running camera 2, operating the field.
And so now, and working along is E.O. Smith.
Camera 2, we're going to take it off tripod 1, put it into camera 2, you're going to hold the field up, both sides of the right. Plug that into the
And so now, and working through the legs, back towards Bello. And up in front with an assist opportunity. Shot is wide, a corner is ruled. 6:50 to go in the second. And with Coach Boudet calling the plays, we'll see if they can convert on this corner here. And number 12 back over towards Bowers. And Tomeno tries to play it. E.O. Smith yet to clear it. Still playing inside. It's Bowers up in front. And a whistle is blown as number 2 tried to get there. That was Provost. And another corner is called as they failed to clear the first. And And so it looks like we'll see another corner and another shift in the positioning. 5:57 to go. Working it back and forth, some solid passing. And the Eagles trying to move it. Another corner. And here it comes to Bowers. And Tomeno up in front. Still couldn't get the shot in. Back over towards Adams, who puts it fourth. Just won't be able to find the net. And so it looks like Logan Lasella is ready to come right back into this game. 5 minutes left. So is Nauer. So Lasella and Nauer are set and ready to go. And so now, looks like they'll get it away from the goal. Eagles still fighting for it as number 2 tries to get a piece of it. Provost now battling with the defenseman. Sending it back over towards the 25. Now inside to the 20. Inside the 20-yard line. Shot taken, or a bit of a pass. Whistle blown. Corner. And the Eagles have had a few of these, unable to convert on the last few. We'll see if this one is the charm. 4:10 to go in the second. So the second stanza of this evening's contest starting to come to a close towards Tomeno. And so now, Eagles work it away, and it looks like ball's going to be coming the other way here. And so now, that one, I believe, came up just a bit. Lasella and Nauer coming back into this contest, under 3.5 to go in the first half. Now getting set. It's going to be Bello who will get a piece of it from the 22. The whistle blows, and they're just going to pick it up and move it. This one inside the 20, right around the 16. Bello passes it inward towards Ruiz. Ruiz in a scrum for it. That one is cleared out. And so now getting set. Looks like this is Bowers who brings the ball in. E.O. Smith takes it away briefly. Haven't built on that momentum they had earlier on the run. Ball will go their way with under 2.5 to go in the first half of this contest. Lights are on, and man, does it feel good to be back under the lights here at Catone. And that one goes out of bounds. With about 2 minutes now left. Eagles clinging to a 1-0 lead, and so far they've played very commandingly along the field. Here's Lasella up in front, just wide, and Lasella had a golden opportunity at striking the second goal of the match, and just could not do so as the shot opportunity was not there. Number 5 will get it. That's Liv Verboven. And so now, Verboven sets it in towards Knock, and it's a little too hot to handle to let this one go out of bounds. 1:25 to go in this first half. And number 9, Emily Messina, will run over and grab it towards Bella Tomeno, who's going to bring it in just a little bit more along that sideline. Tomeno getting set, and it's on the way.
The batteries from the chargers are getting turned off. Use it off the aux port.
1 minute remaining in the first half. And so it'll be Tomeno, or not Tomeno, sorry, that's Bello who's got it. Now to Bowers. Bowers working it in towards Lysella. Lysella gets double teamed up there. Can she still work the ball through? Whistle blows, ball goes the other way. And in the final 40 seconds of the first half, it's still a 1-0 game for the Eagles, but E.O. Smith is going to control the ball.
Oh yeah, because she said she forgot.
And so now number 6 in Bello is there. And back over towards who I believe was Barassi. Now to Ruiz, up in front with 18 seconds to go. Working it back. And getting set is number 17 with now 5 seconds to go. 4 seconds, 3, 2, and 1. And that is going to be the first half. At halftime here from Wethersfield, scores 1-0 Eagles. Your score at halftime, Wethersfield 1 and E.O. Smith 0. And so as this half comes to a close, we'll be right back. And so we're back from halftime. Team's getting ready to take the field once again. About 2 minutes from doing such. And we are back. Eagles hanging on to a 1-0 lead on E.O. Smith. James Clark, voice of the Eagles, joining it back once again as we return from halftime for this first home game of the season. And as we carry on, so does the rest of the league. 1.5 minutes from coming back from halftime and entering that third quarter, or the third stanza, if you will, for tonight's contest. The black and red brigade of E.O. Smith has had some shots of momentum. They've had some spots of momentum. However, they have yet. So just mostly trying to the camera on that side. It should be zoomed in on the. They have had their moments of brief stints of momentum, however, have not been able to capitalize on such, and they're looking to make some adjustments to try and regroup here in this second half of the game. They got another 2 quarters to do so, 50 seconds away from starting said other quarters.
All right, get the players going in.
And so now we're up to quarter number 3 as we are set to go. And so as we get set for another 15 minutes of action here tonight, and we're so glad you could join us once again. A beautiful Tuesday evening here in Wethersfield, Connecticut, which is the host site of that state championship event for the CIAC. And we are ready to get you back and underway for the game of the evening tonight. And don't forget to join us again tomorrow night at 6 o'clock as the Eagles will be set to take on Rocky Hill for girls soccer. So we are now underway, and the E.O. Smith team quickly loses the ball to Sophia Nauer, who was on the charge. Getting up there, back over towards Ruiz down that far sideline as they now move south down the field. On your screens, you'll see the Eagles moving right to, I was correct the first time, left to right. E.O. Smith moving right to left. And speaking of E.O. Smith, they do get a piece of the ball. It is stopped briefly, but E.O. Smith, because of the whistle, they will get the ball right back.
All right, that's good.
And so now, and that one just comes a little bit too high. And the whistle blows, and E.O. Smith loses possession. 14-10 to go here in the third.
We're by the 35.
And it looks like going down towards the, they'll send it back all the way down to the 20. And Molly Bowers will take control of the ball. Bowers now trying to work it inside, not quite going to get there. E.O. Smith tries to clear, whiffs on the first attempt, makes contact on the second. E.O. Smith, however, put up a valiant effort so far, allowing only 1 goal, and it was in the early minutes. And since then, they've really gotten it together and played some sturdy defense. They've bent, but they haven't broken. Number 10, that is Pearson, working along. And Provost hits the ground back there, but she gets right back up. Number 15 coming in, that'll be Amelia Salazar. She'll come in for number 3 in Abby Goldhammer. That one comes down, and some good stick work by number 17, Zoe Pietras. Back over towards number 2 in Caroline Provost. And Catherine Bello tried to make the stop there. Here come the Eagles. Gabby Barassi gets the ball back. Goes out of bounds just as Ruiz was running to it. 12:50 to go in this third quarter of action. From Catone Field, the Eagles continue to hold a 1-0 lead. And for Wethersfield, they're just going to have to hang on to this minimal breathing room until the next 30 minutes have expired. Bella Tomeno will get the ball and run it back towards the 45 of the defensive zone for Wethersfield. And that one is sent in, and makes contact with the defender. That was number 11, and Bailey Spooner, who gets hit. She's all right, though. Takes a quick shot to the leg, and that is not a good feeling for those at home. Abby Goldhammer comes back into the game for Aubrey Matos. So Aubrey Matos comes out of the game. Here's Bella Tomeno, who works with it. And Tomeno trying to work it through, won't happen. Bailey Spooner to get control of the ball. Nope, never mind. That's number 6 and Jenna Boardman. Taken away by Wethersfield. Now up to Bowers. Molly Bowers sets it along to Logan Lasella, but in the way is number 17. She'll let it play off as it bounced off her foot there. And she'll let Lasella take control as to avoid the whistle. Io Smith takes it. Coming into this game is about to be Maddie Gove as she's set up along that sideline. 11:15 to go, and Io Smith making a solid stop, but not solid enough as Sophia Nauer takes it away. Sending it back now towards Lasella. Lasella in the offensive zone, sets up in the middle to Bowers, who's gonna score. And so as Bowers scores, with 10:55 to go in the third, Eagles now lead it 2-0.
I told you to zoom out the last second.
And so now, Eagles with Molly Bowers getting the goal. 10:55 is the time of it. So we'll get set. Eagles goal! Scored by number 12, Molly Bowers. Time of the goal, 10 minutes and 55 seconds. And so as Bowers will strike the second goal, Eagles get a little bit more breathing room and add an insurance goal to this lead. Whistle blows, they'll bring it back the other way, and the Eagles will be back on the offensive charge as they are holding a 2-0 lead with 10.5 minutes to go in this third quarter. Eagles getting set as they continue to hang on to the ball. Back over to Bowers, who's looking for her second of the evening. Her and Sadie Ruiz sharing the total offense of this game, with 2 goals being split equally amongst the two. And Io Smith gaining a little bit of momentum, but this pass is just going to get away from him and run out of bounds along that high sideline. And that was intended for Bailey Spooner. 9:50 to go. And so now it's Bella Tomeno who's got it. And she'll really get a piece of it and set it up to Nauer. Nauer with a 3-on-3 going the other way, and a little bit of an advantage as Lasella takes it. Lasella plays it off a defender. Quick pass up towards the middle. No whistle here. Bowers gets a piece of it, sends it forward. It is wide of the net. And with 9:19 to go here in this third quarter of action, Eagles continue to hang on to the lead. And so now, back towards Bowers, but heavily contested by Allie Pearson. Pearson will work it away and up the field with 8:45 to go. Pearson is there. Not quite going to get all of it, though. The Eagles take it off the advantage here from the whistle. Bowers gets it back, flips it along.
I switched to camera 2.
And now here comes number 10. Here's Ruiz with a shot just wide. And so as we await Io Smith to put the ball back into play, 8 minutes left here in this third quarter. Time kind of dwindling away from us here in this one as the ball Runs right over down towards the water fountain. Set back on the ground to the ref, and now back to E.O. Smith. And they put it right back into play, and right back out of play it goes. Down towards Little Catone, and just as soon as it came back in, it went out. 7.5 to go here in the third. And so Bella Tomeno is there. Tomeno sets it back into play.
No.
Now towards Bowers, towards Lisella. Lisella up in front towards Nauer. Nauer with a big lead on that pass there. Trying to set it back up. Bowers working behind, trying to get it to Lisella. And this ball will go the other way as possession is ruled in favor of E.O. Smith. So as they will take the ball here, Coach Boudet puts it right back down on the sideline as Bella comes back over to continue to put this one in play. 6.5 left, or just under 6.5 left. Tomeno with a nice stop by the defense. A little deflection, that one bounces off of Bowers. Whistle blows as the Eagles played it off that last advantage. Another whistle blows as it comes up way too high. Ball along the sideline. Tomeno getting back at it again. 5:55 left. And that one goes right out of play. Unlike soccer, they do not play to the yellow line. It is to the blue lines that you see along the field that they will play to. Those are the boundaries. Lacrosse plays out to the red. They have the biggest margin on the entire field. So they have the biggest field of play width-wise. I believe as well lengthwise as well. They have a pretty similar line to that of a soccer field, just maybe about a few inches wider than that of a soccer field to possibly half a foot. 5:10 to go here in this third. 2-0. Eagles continue to hang on and cling to control. It's played forward. Not going to get there.
I thought I tightened it good.
So number 8 stacking up on the sideline. That's Emma Anzadeh. She'll come back into this game as now E.O. Smith sets it along. And now we're trying to track it down, but she'll be beat there by Petrus. Now back over towards... That one was sent along. The intended receiver of that pass being Maddie Gove. And Tomeno will get it along the 40 in the defensive zone. 4 minutes now left to go in the third as this one is sent up on a little chip shot, but taken away by Allie Pearson. Pearson tries to work it past Gove. It doesn't quite go to plan, but still picked up by number 5, as that'll be Liv Verboven. Now setting it up to number 15 in Amelia Salazar, but it's taken away by Emily Messina. Messina to Gove. Gove up top, taken away by number 6 in Boardman. Now taken back by Sadie Ruiz, and here comes the 3-on-3 charge back up the field. Now to Bowers. Bowers will not retain control, but Sadie Ruiz is there to take it away, but the whistle blows and stops play, and thus the momentum. Catherine Bello comes off the field for Emma Anzadeh with 3:20 to go here in this third quarter. Game continues and carries on here at Catone. First home game of the 2021-22 school year. It was supposed to be last Thursday, however, rain had other plans as Mother Nature delays the home opener for field hockey as the turf was just a little bit too wet to play on. And for safety concerns, that game was delayed. Boys soccer, however, still played on that day, although being on the road in Rocky Hill. They managed to pick up a 3-1 victory. They then picked up a 3-1 victory here on Blue Eagle News against Windsor in a quick game. And again, expectations are high for that club. You can hear me and Dave Gustafson on the call for soccer this season. And it'll be Messina along that bottom sideline, works it out. And that one was away from Pearson, out of bounds towards the Eagles sideline. 2.5 minutes to go in the third quarter. This will be number 17, Zoe Pietras. Sends it back into play. Now over towards number 20. Not quite going to get there. And that will be out of bounds, picked up by E.O. Smith. Number 5 has got Liv Verboven. Verboven is set. And that's Pietras. Bauer, nope. This will be picked up now by number 5 in Liv Verboven. Verboven will have to put it into play from the 29 or the 28. She does exactly that, but it goes right towards the Eagles. Good defensive setup by the girls in white. And Sophia Nauer to work it away. And now up to Lasella. It's Lasella in the EO back line. Lasella gets past one. She's got a friend along the wing. Tries a cross, doesn't go off the ankle. A corner is awarded. And the Eagles, with 1:20 to go in the third, trying to tack on a third goal and give themselves a little bit more of an advantage in this contest here. It'll be Provost to set it in play from the corner. E.O. Smith stacked up on defense. The line is prepped for Wethersfield. Got a big advantage on this corner up in front towards Lasella. Off the pads. Tomeno looking for a goal. Still kept out. And the amount of saves monumental as it strikes the back of the net and a goal.
Number 2.
And so number 2 will get credited with it. And that will be Caroline Provost to be awarded the third goal of the evening. Third goal of the evening to Caroline Provost at 44 seconds left in the third. Eagles goal scored by number 2, Caroline Provost. Time of the goal, 44 seconds. So with that, 30 in the third, and it is Lasella. Or no, that was Nauer who sends it to Lasella. Lasella's got it, and the Eagles maybe trying to tack on a fourth and put the final nail in the proverbial coffin of this game, as the Eagles have come into a big burst of momentum real late in the contest, right around the third quarter. Pietras still there, as E.O. Smith will have 15 minutes to work back from a 3-goal deficit. It is possible. We've seen stranger happenings occur, and we'll have to just wait and see. End of 3 stanzas, we move to the final stanza, 3-0 Eagles. At the end of 3 quarters, the score is 3-0 Wethersfield. Yep.
How long are we off for?
Probably like 5 seconds.
5 seconds.
So here in between the third and fourth quarters here on Blue Eagle, we
Start unionizing.
and so as we're between the third and fourth quarter of tonight's game, 15 minutes remain, E.O. Smith is going to have to make a lot of adjustments if they want to counter the adjustments made of Coach Boudet and Coach Boudet. as both of them managed to put together quite an offensive game plan to give them two goals in just the third quarter. And with another set of 15 minutes, I can expect them to do it once again. Eagles are set to take the field. Goals coming by way of, I believe it was Molly Bowers and Caroline Provost, each getting goals here in this third quarter. It looks like they're going to send in number 77 to goaltend. Wethersfield has made a substitution for the fourth quarter. Now in goal, number 77, Veronica McKenna. Once again, now in goal, number 77, McKenna. And so Veronica McKenna, the second string goalie, the new netminder. So as the new netminder, the new keeper, if you will, setting in to this position, Veronica McKenna making an appearance here in this contest. Teams are ready. Again, E.O. Smith in the black, red, and white. Eagles in the white, blue, and silver. And with 14:55, we're just underway. And Sadie Ruiz is right there to make an interception on the pass with Sophie Adams right next to her. And Sadie getting up past the defense. E.O. Smith putting forth their best effort. And that was quite a clang that was there. And we're going to have to see if anything dropped. Not with that, but something happening down on the bleachers. I'm sure everything's sorted out, but 14:20 to go in the fourth. E.O. Smith trying to get a burst of momentum, and Bella Tomeno, ooh, just bounces off the leg. They can't really play it off. I can assume that would be a whistle. I would assume wrong, as now number 9 is there. And it works its way back over towards Provost. Provost getting set, whistle blows, ball coming back to E.O. Smith. See if the black and red brigade with number 5, Liv Verboven, putting it back in play, but the Eagles are all over it as Bowers gets it right back. As time dwindles down, E.O. Smith needs this shot of momentum, or I guess you could say an adrenaline shot of 1 goal as that one goes far outside. They're going to have to get one very quick shot back here. And it looks like we do know what the clang was on the camera. One of the knobs has fallen off the tripod. They're going to put it back in. So that's what that clang was, and I guess a little bit of technical difficulties on our part. Again, still very young in the season, so as the teams get better this year, so will the broadcast team. And that was evident with the mistakes on the live stream of yesterday. We'll get another one in tomorrow and hopefully work back a little bit better. Sophie Adams all over number 5, Liv Verboven. And that one runs out of bounds on him. Now number 10 will get a piece of it. This is sent back to Allie Pearson. And we'll see Bella Tomeno setting up. One of 2 games at 6 o'clock for this season. Now back over to Logan Lasella as she gets it back in play with 12.5 to go. 12:20 to go, and that one is just out of play. 3-0 Eagles lead, and they've just got to preserve this lead for a little while longer, and they will walk out of here with a win under their belts. And that one is shot back up the field, set towards Messina, and sent out of bounds off partially the stick of Aubrey Matos. Coach Boudet will set it back in, and it is Eagles ball as Matos is going to be the one who sent it out of bounds allegedly. Messina was almost about to take it. Nope, Messina's coming off the field for Bello. Messina is going to take it, and some confusion in the players. Lasella is going to be seen by Scott Applebaum, the athletic trainer, and I'm sure it's something minor. There was really no difficulty with getting off the field, so I would assume it's definitely a minor injury. And speaking of the Eagles, they're bringing it up the field. E.O. Smith gets it right back. Here comes Messina, who's getting back on it, and we'll send it right out of bounds. And for Wethersfield, trying to preserve this game, not a hard task. And of course, it wasn't a hard task for Julia Peacock. Did not have to face very many shots in this evening's contest. We'll see if the story changes as McKenna sets into her role in net. Verboven with the ball, battling with Maria Knock. Now set back over towards Goldhammer, but she loses the ball. Now over to Ruiz, and it's 3-on-2. E.O. Smith preserving the man advantage on this rush. Ruiz will halt it just a little bit, take a backwards step, and try and give the Eagles a little bit more manpower on the end of the field. It's set back over to Petrus, who's been the main handler for E.O. Smith tonight. She's gotten a majority of the possession, tries to play it off, does not quite do so as that one goes out of bounds. Messina racing in to get back onto the ball. She does exactly that. Now setting it over to Lisella. Lisella's got it. Logan Lisella down the sideline, out of bounds. Ten minutes now left in the contest as the game continues. Lisella, Ruiz, and Bauer, or not Lisella, I believe it actually might have been Lisella on that second goal. If I'm not mistaken, so I believe it was, we ended up seeing Provost, Lisella, and Ruiz on the 3 goals this evening. 9-8. Sent upward to Gove. Gove tries to clear it out, and it's taken away once again by Verboven, who as of late has been getting just about all the possession time for E.O. Smith. This one back over towards Gove. So the Eagles have been on top of their passing game tonight. Lisella has got it here. Tries to send it in. Not quite going to get there, but it's picked up by Ruiz. Whistle blows. Corner awarded. Chance at a 4th goal with 9 minutes remaining. And this opportunity presents itself for Wethersfield. It looks like we're going to see Provost take the corner. And the line setting up with Tomeno as well as Gove, Lisella, Ruiz, Adams, and Bello on that front forward line. Behind them is Messina, Knock, and what I believe is number 8 back there. And up in front, Chance saved by the pads. No rebound opportunities. E.O. Smith is fair to clear the corner. Messina back up to Adams, and it bounces right off a defender and straight out of bounds. As some more fans beginning to trickle into the stands here at Catone Field. Another corner is in order for Wethersfield, this time again being taken by Provost. They've got again Tomeno and Lisella, as I messed up those 2 last names there. It looks like Adams and Tomeno as well as Ruiz doing a bit of a shift, a little of a tighter group there, and they spread out as Tomeno sets it up to Lisella. Lisella works it inside down the middle, fires a shot, and scores! Logan Lisella at 7:44 strikes the back of the net. And that is the 4th one of the evening at 7:44. So as Logan Lisella finds the back of the net. So wait on the sub. Oh wait, never mind. Yep, there's the substitution. That will be number 23 coming in. That's Catherine Mann. Eagles goal! Scored by number 7, Logan Lisella. Time of the goal, 7 minutes and 44 seconds. And so as the Eagles strike up the 4th goal of the contest, whistle blows. Eagles trying to play it off as if the whistle didn't blow and immediately got into a struggle. Bryn Lisella now getting set to come into this one. And the Eagles offense just keeps rolling in this one as they've got now a 4-goal lead, still with 7 minutes. 4 goals in 7 minutes is very possible. We've seen it before. And we might see it again, but the way this Eagles team is playing, they're on their A game defensively. McKenna, I don't believe, has faced a shot since coming in, but then again, she's only been in for well, 9 minutes. Practically 8 minutes and 10 seconds. And so number 11 takes it away. That's Bailey Spooner. It's going to be taken back away by Caroline Provost, but E.O. Smith still on the charge as Bella Tomeno tries to wrangle it away. Big stop from Provost, but taken back away by E.O. Smith as the girls in black and red trying to get it back. Wethersfield will wrestle it away. Sophie Adams tries to get onto it. Now back over. I believe that was Mann who got a piece of it. Back over towards Provost. Out in front to number 8 being Emma Anzadeh, who's come into the game. Related to former captain Kate Anzadeh, who is now graduated. Kate Anzadeh was part of quite a good team 2 years ago with the likes of Lorian Tuponts. And I believe Zoe Kleeblatt as well, being 3 of the most prominent on the team. And that trio was practically unstoppable back in that season. Of course, they had quite a few other players to speak of on that team. Even last year's team was quite good. Tomeno grabs it. And it looks like Wethersfield will bring in another sub. Looks like number 22 will come in. That'll be Christina Kinnery to make her way into the game. Back over towards Tomeno. Does not quite retain control, and 5 minutes are left. The Eagles up by 4. Kinnery still stacked up along the sideline. Number 5 here, that's going to be Liv Verboven. She's got a piece of it. McKenna, facing her first save opportunity, kicks it down the side. 4:40 to go. No corner here. Looks like another sub will come in. This looks like Sophia Nauer, who gets set to come in. So Kinnery and Nauer are set to come into the game. Eagles ball as they set it up on the 15. Now working it back inside along that high sideline. Catherine Mann getting the ball. Trying to set it into Sophie Adams. Adams works it through a defender. Not quite. E.O. Smith will take it away as I spoke too soon. Now coming back is E.O. Smith with Allie Pearson on the ball. Taken away now by Maddie Gove. Gove sets it up towards number 3 in. That is Lisella who's over there. Now up to Logan Lisella as the subs come into this game. Adams and Knock come out. E.O. Smith controlling it in the defensive zone. 3:50 now left in the contest. Back up into the middle. Not quite going to get there. Setting it back. Still not going to be able to get there. Here's number 2, who's got a piece of it, Caroline Provost, trying to work it past the defender. She does. Up inside towards Bryn Lisella. Now still up in front of the goal. Logan Lisella, who's got it. Tries to set it back to Bryn. And not quite going to be able to work it out. 3:20 to go. Number 10, that's Maddie Gove. Or no, that was number 10 for the other team, Allie Pearson. But speaking of Maddie Gove, she did get the ball back. Here come the Eagles on the run. As E.O. Smith. Now the Eagles get it back. E.O. Smith looking to build on some momentum. Under 3 minutes to go. Lisella guarding Pietrus hard. Pearson with a chance at it. Pietrus trying to get it back. Back towards Messina. Good deflection there by Pearson, but not enough to give him the ball back as it went out of bounds. Messina does some magic once again, trying to get the ball to Logan Lisella, and she does, trying to work it inside towards Bella Tomeno, who's now on that front line after a quick shift. 2:20 to go now. As time, like sand in the hourglass, slowly falls away. Now back to Messina. Messina and Pearson. Tight battle for the ball. Taken back away by number 2. Not going to get there. Now back over towards Pietrus. And that came off the stick of number 5 back there, Liv Verboven. That one is ripped down the field all the way down the line. and out of bounds. 1:50 to go as they're going to have to put this one back in play, and with under 2 minutes to go, I guess you could say it's safe to assume the Eagles are going to come away of the home opener with a win. And so it will be number 17 in Nauer to flick the ball back into play. Logan Lisella along that bottom sideline getting past Pietrus, but not quite. She's still on her. Lisella tries to play it off. Pietrus gets the ball back, 1:10 to go. Pearson now over towards Matos, but it's taken away by Messina. Back to Pietrus. Logan Lisella is on it. 1 minute remaining in regulation. So the final minute begins as we're in a real scramble here for the final 60 seconds as Matos working the ball up, but it's taken away by Messina. Messina will send it out of bounds in what I can only assume is an opportunity to get time off the clock. 40 seconds left. Pietrus will work the ball back into play. Off the stick of Logan Lisella. Good deflection to Bryn Lisella. Logan's going to try and track it back down, but it's taken away by number 13 as Maddie Dunstan gets it back. Now over towards Bryn Lisella. Lisella down by the 45. Taken back away by E.O. Smith, and a quick trip right there by Maddie Gove, but all for the ball as Logan Lisella gets it back towards Tomeno. Now towards Catherine Mann. 10 seconds now to go in the fourth. Keeping it out at the high sideline, but keeping it in play. Here comes E.O. Smith trying to get that last shot of momentum, but heavily defended by Wethersfield as the Eagles bring it back along. And that is the final score. Eagles are going to win it 3-0. And the Eagles win. Your final score, Wethersfield 4 and E.O. Smith 0. We thank you for attending this evening's contest, and please drive home safely. And so the final score here from Wethersfield, it is going to be 4-0. That is your final score. I will see you tomorrow night around 6 p.m. Eagles girls soccer takes on Rocky Hill. We'll see you later on. As for me, I'm Jimmy Clark, and for the rest of the broadcast crew that made the magic happen tonight, we'll see you next time. Good night, everybody.
Done?
Should be.